Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to code in Python. So let's get started. Open up Visual Studio Code. I've already opened it, and then open any folder of your choice. I already opened one and mine's called YouTube. If you haven't, go to File, Open Folder, and open any folder. That's where these Python files are going to be saved. To create a new file, go next to your folder. You'll see this icon that says New File. Click on it. Now name your file anything. I'll name it welcome and put .py at last. This makes welcome a Python file. Press enter. Now we successfully created a Python file named welcome. The .py here tells everything else in the computer that welcome is a Python file. So let's start with the coding. Let's type print hello world. Now what the print command does is prints everything between these brackets into the terminal. So in this case, it should print hello world down in the terminal. So let's try running it. To run it, go to this menu and press this button which says start debugging. And you can see it prints hello world down in the terminal. The things between these double quotes is called a string. A string in Python is a set of characters, and it holds letters, numbers, and even symbols. So let's try one more print command. Type print string. Now you must have noticed there are double quotes here but single quotes here. You can use either, it's all up to you. So let's run it. And you can see it prints both hello world and string. So let's go to the next topic, that is variables. A is equal to 5. A variable is like a name tag. A here is the name of the name tag and 4 is what it's naming. For example, there's number 5, the name tag A on it. So let's try printing A out. Print A. Now go to this menu again and hit run. And you can see it prints 5 down in the terminal. Now let's try printing one more command and creating another variable. So b is equal to hello. So you can see b here is holding a string value as there are double quotes here. And if you're wondering why there are no double quotes or single quotes here, that is because A is a variable and not a string. You need double quotes or single quotes only in case of strings. And here I've used double quotes because hello is a string. So let's try printing B. So let's run it again. And you can see it prints hello down in the terminal. So you can also make one variable equal to another. For example, A is equal to B. Print A. Now we remove the name tag from 5 and put it onto B. So what we are doing here is now A is equal to B and not 5. So let's try running it. It prints hello down. So A is now equal to hello because A is equal to B and B is equal to hello. So now A is not equal to 5 and it's equal to B. So we can change the value of variables like that. You can also make two variables equal to the same thing. For example, A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 2. This doesn't matter, it's completely okay. So let's go to the next topic. That is rules for creating variables. So Python's a bit stubborn with the names for variables. So it's created a few rules for creating names of variables. So the rules are: the name of the variable should start with a letter or an underscore. The name of the variable should not start with a number. The name of the variable should have only alphanumeric characters. And lastly, the name of variables are case sensitive. Now let's discuss them one by one. The first and second rule, the name of the variable should start with a letter or an underscore, and the name of the variable should not start with a number. Basically mean a variable could be named a_1 is equal to 2. This could be a name of a variable. And even BES is equal to 3. Anything, if it starts with a letter or even an underscore, it is fine. But Python doesn't allow you to start names of variables with numbers. So you can see here it starts with 1, which is a number, and thus violating the second rule. And this will create an error. So you cannot have a variable starting with a number. You have to start with a letter or an underscore. So let's go to the next topic. That is the next rule. Name variables can have alphanumeric characters. That is, name variables can have letters, numbers, and even characters. This could be a name of a variable, even though it's really hard, but yes, it could be. And the last rule is name variables are case sensitive. For example, this. Now, both a small letter a and big letter a are both two different variables, two different name tags. So you can give them both different values. They're completely two different variables. So you should always remember names of variables are case sensitive. These are the rules for creating variables. Now let's discuss the types of variables. So there are a few different types of variables. A is equal to 2. Now 2 is an integer. You can see if you scroll above it in Visual Studio Code, you can see integer written here. You just need to hover over the number. So if you don't know, in maths an integer is any positive number, that is 0 to infinity. It could be 10, 100, 1000, 101, anything. Any negative integer, that is negative 100, negative 1, negative 5, any negative integer from 0 to negative infinity, and also 0. So that is an integer. So if a variable consists of an integer, then the variable also becomes an integer class variable. So a here is now an integer type variable. Now let's create another type of variable. Let's create a float type variable. So a float is a decimal value. For example, this. If it has 2.2, it becomes a float. Anything, 5.2, 6.2, 8.9, anything. That makes the variable a boolean type variable. Next is string type variable. That is, as already discussed, the ones with quotes. If it has quotes, it's a string type. Now, this is a string type variable. And lastly, boolean types variable. Boolean type variables are the ones that have true or false values. They're a bit different from others as they have only two values, that is true or false. They can be either one of them. These are basic important things in Python, and you need to know variables to do anything in Python. They're the most important things for coding. So this is it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you liked it. Thanks and bye.